I really don't care what happens to her at all. I don't care. Like, everybody they tiptoe around with this social media. But what y'all don't get is that it be real consequence for y'all little flexes, y'all quick flexes for $300 that you need. It be
Things have just taken a wild turn between Iman Shumpert, Teyana Taylor, and Aaron Pierre, and fans are absolutely stunned after reports emerged that Iman completely lost it upon catching Aaron texting Teyana late at night. What was supposed to be a calm co-parenting exchange turned into a heated confrontation that no one saw coming. Iman, known for usually keeping things low-key, reportedly couldn't contain himself this time. With the separation still fresh and emotions running high, this late-night interaction has sparked a firestorm. What really happened behind closed doors? Did Aaron cross a line, or is Iman still too emotionally tied to Teyana to handle seeing her move on? The situation is unfolding in real time, and the internet is eating up every detail. As accusations fly and tempers flare, fans are asking, where do all three go from here? Is this just the beginning of a bigger storm? According to people close to the situation, Iman was at Teyana's house dropping off their daughter when he noticed Aaron's name light up on her phone around 1:15 a.m. The messages reportedly weren't casual. They had a personal tone, which instantly triggered Iman. Witnesses say he didn't hold back and immediately asked Teyana what was going on. The scene reportedly got tense fast, with Iman raising his voice and demanding to know why Aaron was texting her at that hour. The confrontation allegedly happened right there in the doorway, and neighbors even heard bits of the exchange. For Iman, this wasn't just a simple misunderstanding. It was a full-blown breach of boundaries. And based on his reaction, it hit a nerve deeper than just concern for co-parenting respect. This wasn't about small talk. It felt like something much bigger. Teyana reportedly tried to calm things down by explaining the messages were nothing serious. She told Iman that she and Aaron had been discussing a potential movie script and that the conversation just happened to carry into the late hours. Her tone, according to a source, was patient but frustrated, like she had explained this kind of thing before. "It's professional," she allegedly told him. "You're making something out of nothing." But Iman wasn't having it. Insiders say he kept insisting that the tone of the messages didn't feel strictly business, especially given the timing. He saw it as more than just work talk. It felt intentional, like Aaron was making a move. Even though Teyana tried to play peacemaker, the damage was already done. And from that point forward, the night spiraled even further. Once Aaron found out about the argument, he reportedly sent Iman a message of his own, and he didn't hold back either. According to someone close to Aaron, he told Iman that he had no right to police who Teyana talks to and when. He made it clear that Iman needed to stop acting like he still had control over her. The message wasn't aggressive, but it was direct. Aaron said he's tired of being treated like some outsider or third wheel. Friends say Aaron felt like he was being disrespected for simply maintaining communication with his partner, especially when it came to professional matters. "She's not his anymore," Aaron reportedly told a friend. "He needs to stop trying to mark territory." The message was respectful, but it drew a clear line, and Aaron made it obvious he wasn't going to be intimidated. Meanwhile, Iman has been telling people that he feels completely disrespected, not just by Aaron, but by Teyana too. He reportedly told someone close to him, "I don't care if they're dating, but there's still a line." For him, texting someone's ex that late at night, especially in front of the father of their child, is inappropriate. Iman's frustration, according to insiders, isn't about jealousy. It's about boundaries and respect. He's made it clear that while he accepts Teyana moving on, he expects a certain level of consideration. And in his eyes, Aaron crossed that line without hesitation. Some say this moment confirmed for Iman that Aaron isn't trying to fit into the picture respectfully. He's just doing whatever he wants, regardless of how it affects others. And Iman isn't willing to stay silent about it. As for Teyana, She's reportedly over all of it. Sources say she's feeling drained, emotionally exhausted, and frustrated that both men are turning her life into a battleground. "I'm not a prize to be fought over," she allegedly said to a friend. She's tired of being caught in the middle of their ego match and wants both of them to understand that she's not an object. They need to respect her choices. Despite asking for space and maturity, it seems like neither man is really listening. For Teyana, this drama is pulling focus from her career, her daughter, and her peace. And privately, she's worried that things could spiral even further if something doesn't change soon. This wasn't the kind of energy she wanted around her comeback, and certainly not around her family. Online, fans are torn right down the middle. Some are firmly Team Iman, saying no matter what, 1 a.m. texts are inappropriate. "I'd be mad too," one fan posted. "That's just shady." Others are defending Aaron, pointing out that Iman needs to let go and stop acting like he still controls Teyana's life. One tweet read, "Aaron is her man now. Iman needs to take several seats." But even some Aaron supporters questioned the timing of his messages. "Why text at that hour unless it was personal?" asked another. The debate is fierce across social media, and everyone's choosing sides. But the bigger picture is clear. This isn't just about one text. It's about what that text represents to everyone involved. Adding even more fuel to the already blazing fire, Iman stirred things up once again with a cryptic Instagram post that went viral almost instantly. The post reading, "Men know when, another man's being slick. We feel it," didn't name Aaron directly, but the subtext was impossible to miss. The timing, the tone, and the context made it glaringly obvious to fans who the message was aimed at. Within minutes, the comments section exploded with speculation. Followers were dissecting every word, connecting dots, and sharing the post across platforms. Some called the move subtle genius, praising Iman for saying what many men supposedly feel in situations involving exes and new partners. Others labeled it petty, accusing him of fueling drama rather than moving on. Still, regardless of opinion, one thing was certain. Iman's message hit its target and got the world talking. That one sentence managed to reignite a situation that was already teetering on the edge. If Iman's goal was to make a statement and keep his presence felt in the narrative, he undeniably succeeded. The post gave voice to an unspoken tension, one that exists in many blended family or post-relationship dynamics, where new partners are involved and the emotional waters are murky. His words seem to speak for those who've been in his shoes, protective, perhaps still hurting, and caught between letting go and holding on. But it also painted a clearer picture of just how personal this situation remains for Iman. It wasn't just about parenting or boundaries anymore. It was about pride, legacy, and perhaps still unresolved love. While the internet dissected Iman's post, Teyana was left in the eye of the storm, once again bearing the weight of other people's emotions. Her family, especially her mother and close friends, are said to be growing increasingly concerned about her well-being. Behind the scenes, they've reportedly been urging her to take a break from both men and focus on herself, her career, and most importantly, her daughter. Teyana has long been known as a resilient, hardworking woman who balances multiple roles: mother, artist, entrepreneur, and now, unofficial conflict manager. But even the strongest people have their limits. Those close to her say the stress is beginning to show. The constant emotional back and forth, the headlines, and the pressure to manage everyone else's reactions are taking their toll. Trying to relaunch her music and film projects while navigating public scrutiny and private tension isn't easy. One insider described her as trying to keep it all together, but admitted that she's visibly drained. It's a lot to juggle at once, and her loved ones fear that continuing to carry the emotional baggage of two very different, but equally intense relationships could cause long-term damage to her peace of mind. There's a growing sense that something has to give. Her support system is encouraging her to take a step back. Not forever, but enough to breathe, to reset, and to protect her emotional health. They want her to prioritize herself for once, not just as a mother or a partner, but as a woman who deserves peace, clarity, and the freedom to move forward on her own terms. Meanwhile, Aaron's inner circle is trying to keep him grounded. His friends have reportedly been telling him to avoid the bait, not to fall into a cycle of reactive behavior that could spiral into something more damaging. They've advised him to stay focused on what matters: his relationship with Teyana and the life they're trying to build. While Aaron has so far kept things relatively low-key, insiders say he's growing increasingly uneasy. He doesn't want to be dragged through the mud or turned into the villain in a narrative that feels out of his control. He's been trying to stay respectful, but there's only so much tension one person can take before pushing back. There's a sense that Aaron is walking a fine line. He wants to protect his relationship with Teyana and not make things worse for her, but he's also a man with pride. Sources close to him admit that if Iman continues to take indirect shots or escalate the situation, Aaron may respond. And this time, it might be in an even more public or direct manner. For now, his crew is advising him to keep it cool, reminding him that silence can be more powerful than clapping back. But whether he continues to stay quiet will depend entirely on how far things are pushed. What makes all of this even more complicated is that, for many observers, this whole situation no longer looks like it's just about boundaries, parenting, or respect. It's beginning to look like a case of unresolved feelings. A growing number of fans believe Iman's strong reactions, his inability to fully step back, and his cryptic social media posts all point to one undeniable truth: he may still be in love with Teyana. They argue that the way he responds every time Aaron is mentioned, and how deeply rattled he seems by anything related to Teyana's new chapter, shows that he hasn't truly let go. With Iman refusing to back down, and Aaron holding his ground, the tension isn't going anywhere anytime soon. Teyana is trying to set boundaries, but it seems like neither man is fully ready to respect them. The love triangle is reaching its boiling point, and fans are left wondering, what's going to happen next? Will someone finally be the bigger person and step away from the chaos? Or are we about to see this emotional feud explode in an even more public way? One thing's for sure: nobody expected things to get this messy this fast. Do you think Iman overreacted? Or was he right to confront Aaron about those late-night texts? And should Aaron have texted Teyana at that hour at all? Drop your thoughts in the comments, and don't forget to like and subscribe so you don't miss what happens next in this wild love triangle.